Okay, it's recording now. Okay, let's start with an opening invocation. Please join your hands at your heart. Take a deep breath. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, my beloved Guru and Master Chakoksui, Lord Maha Guruji Mailing, all the great ones, Holy Gurus, Holy Masters, Saints, Archangels, Holy Angels, and all the spiritual helpers, to all our higher soul. Thank you, Rhonda Byrne, for your amazing teachings. Thank you, universe, to all the Devis, Devas, all the higher beings. Thank you for your priceless blessings. Thank you for being present here during this session. Thank you, all of you, for joining this session. Thank you in full faith. So be it, and so it is. So, we are going to start the book reading of this book called The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. And as mentioned earlier, I have mentioned a couple of times that The Secret, which is a very, very famous book by Rhonda, was the second ever book that I read. And very, very comfortably, the journey began of me into tapping into the universal consciousness, or we like to call it the super consciousness, and how to become that energy of manifestations, how to become that energy of desire. And there is a beautiful, and there is a simplicity the way Rhonda writes her books. And somehow personally I got so much into reading, and my journey of spirituality, and as I like to call the universal sign, became so vast that I actually kind of forgot that my journey began with Rhonda. And a few months, 1.5 months back, somebody gifted me The Magic, and it is a 28-day program, which is fantastic, very, very simple. And I am somewhere, I think, on the 10th day right now, but it's really, really good. And in fact, the first 2 chapters that I read, there is, I think, this the book that Rhonda writes, and she has a amazing way of connecting to the readers. And I think after just reading the first chapter, I decided that I want to do it with all of you, So that's why I started this. So this is a 28-day book reading session. What I'm going to do is, because of the limited Zoom cloud space, I'm going to put these videos on YouTube, and so that it's always there. And I'm going to share the link of my videos on the groups, and it's there. And we are going to stay connected on YouTube also. Tomorrow's session is going to be at 3:45 p.m. because it's a Sunday, and thereafter it's going to be at the same time in the evening, which is at 9:15 p.m. So not to delay much, I'm going to start reading. So the book begins with acknowledgements, and the first chapter, very, very fantastically, is called Do You Believe in Magic? So before we start this chapter, I want you to just take 5 seconds and ask yourselves, do you believe in magic? What is magic for you? The miracles, as some of us call it. Do you believe in magic? Rhonda beautifully starts this chapter by saying, those who don't believe in magic will never ever find it. Remember when you were a child and you looked at life in total wonder and awe? Life was magical and exciting, and the smallest things were utterly thrilling to you. You were fascinated by the frost on the glass and butterfly flittering through the thin air, or any strange leaf or rock on the ground. Isn't it true? As children, everything was so exciting. We used to look and experience. Haven't you noticed that when children start making noises, they are so loud, and we are like, okay, can they be a little softer? Because they start listening to the sound of their own voice, and that also amuses them. So from the eye of a child, everything is so they are so excited about everything they see, the colors, the rain, the sun, the clothes, the shoes, the food, everything is very, very exciting for children. You were full of excitement when you lost a tooth because it meant that tooth fairy would be coming that night, and you would count down the days to that magical night of Christmas or any other festival, even though you had no idea how Santa Claus could get to every child in the world on that single night. Somehow he did, and he never let you down. Isn't it true? Reindeers could fly. There were fairies in the garden. Pets were like people. Toys had personalities. Dreams came true, and you could touch the stars. Your heart was full of joy. Your imagination knew no limits at all, and you believed that life was magical. There is an exquisite feeling many of us has had as children, that everything is good. Every day promises more excitement and adventure, that nothing could ever thwart our joy for the magic of it all. But somehow, as we grew into adults, responsibilities, situations, events, so called problems and difficulties took their toll on us. We became disillusioned, and the magic was once believed in as children faded and absolutely disappeared. It's one of the reasons why, as adults, we love to be around children so that we can experience that same feeling we once had, even if it's just for a little moment. I am here to tell you, Rhonda is saying that I am here to tell you that magic that you once believed in is true and is the delusioned adult perspective of life that is false. The magic of life is real, and it is as real as you are at this point. In fact, life can be far more wondrous than you ever thought it was as a child. Can you imagine how exciting that sounds? Life can be far more wondrous as you ever imagined it could be as a child, and more breathtaking, more awe inspiring, and exciting than anything you have ever seen before. When you know what to do to bring forth the magic, you will live the life of your dreams. Then you will wonder, how could you ever not believe in the magic of life? You may probably not see the reindeers fly, but you will see the things you always wanted appearing before your eyes. That means your dreams will come true. And you will see the things you've dreamed of for so long suddenly happening. You will never know exactly how everything weaved together for your dreams to come true, because magic works in the invisible realm, invisible paradigm, and invisible vortex. Some of us like to call it the parallel universe. And that's the most thrilling part. Are you ready to experience the magic again? Are you ready to be filled with awe and wonder every day like when you were a child? Get ready for the magic, guys. Our adventure begins 2000 years ago when life-changing knowledge was hidden within a sacred text. So we all are very, very well aware of the power of group meditations. Even in my previous book reading of The Laws of Universe by Herbert Harry, we did a mind we did this mind meeting in which 25 of us came together online, and we were doing these meetings online together of how to draw these energies from universe in a huge group. And in the spiritual school that I come from, Pranic Healing, we say that as the larger the group, the larger the energy that you can draw. So this is one of my also purposes to do this book reading in a group, so that when we will subconsciously be connected to each other, there are about, I think, 300 of us or 350 of us on the WhatsApp groups. And if all of us just tap into this frequency of this video every day, of this book reading every day, and start doing what this book is going to tell us to do. Can you imagine the amount of energy we will attract and the amount of love, light, and power we will attract to manifest our desires? I am really, really very excited, and I hope all of you are also very excited to have this beautiful 28 days. I think it's going to be 30 days because 2 days of introduction and 1 day of the last chapter of the book. So I'm very, very excited to, be to do this in a huge group. And I really thank all of you to accept this invitation of doing this in a huge, huge group. So let's do this. And the feedback that I have received from people who have already read this book is amazing. It's miraculous. It's magic. So I am really waiting for this magic to happen in my life. So the second chapter is called The Great Mystery Revealed. The following passage comes from the Gospel of Matthew in the Holy Scriptures, and it is mystified, confused, and been misunderstood by many people over the centuries. Whoever has will be given more, and he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have that will, even what he has will be taken away from him. Beautifully and simply written. What it means is that, well, the thing is that when I've read these books, so I mark these things, so I mark which really kind of has my attention a lot. So when I read these 3 lines that I just read, I kid you not, I just knew what she was talking about, and I just knew what was going to be the next paragraph about. I swear. And it was exactly that. And I was so happy that I'm already into that consciousness. I'm already tapping into that paradigm which Rhonda is going to talk about. Before we go further, I'm going to read these 2.5 lines again. And I want some of you to type in the chat here. What do you think is Rhonda talking about here? And it's all right. I just want to make this group a more interactive. And even if it's all right if you don't get done, it's very, very simple. But I'm going to read these 2.5 lines again. And can just some of you type on the chat, what do you think Rhonda is talking about? Whoever has will be given more, and he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have that will, even what he has will be taken away from him. Exactly. That's the hidden word, gratitude. You have to admit that when you read the passage, it appears unjust, right? Isn't it? Because it says that whoever does not have that will, even what he has will be taken away from him. I mean, why? So the further Rhonda adds is that you have to admit that when you read the passage, it appears unjust. And it seems to be saying that the rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer. But there is a riddle to be solved in this passage, a mystery to uncover. And what you know, a new world will have opened up for you. A mystery will uncover. That's why the chapter is called The Great Mystery is Revealed. The answer to the mystery that has eluded so many for centuries is the hidden word, the gratitude. So what it means is whoever has gratitude will be given more, and he or she will have infinite abundance flowing. And whoever does not have the gratitude what he or she has right now, even what he or she will have will be taken away from him or her. So the secret word here is gratitude. By the revelation of hidden word, a cryptic test is made crystal clear. 2000 years have passed since those words were recorded, but they are as true today as they ever were. If you don't take time to be grateful, you will never have more. And what you do have, you will lose. And the promise of the magic that will happen with gratitude is in these words. If you are grateful, you will be given much, much more. and you will have infinite abundance flowing through you into your life. From the Quran, the promise of gratitude is equally empathetic. And remember when God proclaimed, if you are grateful, I will give you more. But if you are ungrateful, verily my punishment is indeed severe. This is the phrase from Quran. It doesn't matter what religion you follow or whether you're religious or not at all. These words from the Holy Scriptures and the Quran apply to you and your life. They are describing the fundamental law of science and of the universe. It's the universal law. Gratitude operates through a universal law that governs your whole life. According to the law of attraction, which governs all the energy of our universe, please pay attention to this single line. According to the law of attraction, which governs all the energy in our universe, from the formation of an atom to the movement of the planets, like attracts like. It's because of the law of attraction that the cells of every living creature are held together, as well as the substance of every material object. In your life, the law operates on your thoughts and feelings too, because they are energy too. And so whatever you think, whatever you feel, you attract more of that in your life. Whatever you think. So see, the thing is that people who come from the energy, one thing that I want to add into before we go further ahead is that it is very, very important for us to come into the understanding of the law of energy, as I like to call it, is that everything is energy. Your thoughts, your ideas, your feelings are energies. And, when we read the previous book, which was the 12 Laws of Universe, the first ever law, the law of, I think it was the law of thought, something I don't remember right now, but also said the same things. So, in that book reading also, I said that if these people, if all the so-called ascended masters are people not just from the spiritual background, but these are the powerful, influential people who walk on the planet to create positive changes on the planet. So all these ascended souls, the ascended masters, who are the great inventors, people who have done great discoveries, people who have, the spiritual teachers, the politicians, the musicians, the uh, scientists, and everything. If they are, on and on, going on talking about gratitude and on going on talking about energy, be the energy that you want to attract. It's really a time that we pay some respect to these words and pay some attention and follow what they are saying. Because the thing is that I personally really believe that energy healing, as how I like to call it, is the present and the future of the world. And it's time that everybody comes closer to how energy works and how it is always working. So like attracts like. If you think, I don't like my job, I haven't got enough money, I can't find my perfect partner, I can't pay my bills, I think I'm coming down with something, he or she doesn't appreciate me, I don't get along with my parents, etc., etc., then you must attract more of these experiences. But if you think about what you are grateful for in this present moment, for example, I have a job, I love my job, I'm going to try to like my job, but I'm very grateful that I have a job. I have a family. I have friends. I'm so grateful that I have a family. I have a house and I have friends. I had a very, very good meal today. I can eat every day. I'm getting food that I want to eat every day. I feel amazing today. I got the biggest tax refund ever, or I had a great weekend camping. Whatever it is that you are grateful for, If you sincerely feel grateful for all the things that you have in the present moment, be rest assured that you will attract more and more of it. It works in the same way as metal being drawn to magnet. Your gratitude is magnetic, and the more gratitude you have, the more abundance you will magnetize. It is the law of universe. You will have heard sayings like whatever goes around comes all the way back around. You reap what you sow and you get what you give. Well, all of those things are describing the same law according to Rhonda, and they are also describing a principle of the universe that the great scientist Sir Isaac Newton discovered. Newton's scientific discoveries included the fundamental laws of motion in the universe, one of which says every action always has an opposite and an equal reaction. When you apply the idea of gratitude to Newton's law, it says every action of giving thanks always causes an opposite reaction of receiving with gratitude. And what you receive will always be equal to the amount of gratitude you have given. This means that very action of gratitude sets off a reaction of receiving. And the more sincerely and the more deeply you're grateful for what you have or what you have just received, in other words, the more gratitude you give, the more and more you will receive. The golden thread of gratitude. Dating back thousands and thousands of years ago, the earliest recordings of humankind, the power of gratitude was preached and practiced, and from there was passed on through the centuries, sweeping across the continents, from permeating from one civilization and culture to the next. The major religions, the major communities like Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Sikhism, Hinduism, etc., all have gratitude at their core. Muhammad said that gratitude for the abundance you have received is the best insurance that the abundance will always continue. Buddha said that you have no cause for anything but gratitude and joy. Lao Tzu said, Lao Tzu is a Chinese spiritual teacher, and there is this book by Dr. Wayne W. Dyer on the teachings of Lao Tzu, and uh, it's absolutely one of my favorite books. And now I'm gonna find out it in my little small library that I have, and if you all want, I can share that details of the book, because that's the book that really is fantastic. I gifted it to one of my very dear friends. I don't know if I still have it, but I've read that book. That book is by Dr. Wayne W. Dyer on teachings of Lao Tzu, and fantastic book to read. It's really good. So Lao Tzu said that if you rejoice in the way things are, the whole world will belong to you. Krishna said that whatever he is offered, he accepts with gratitude and joy. King David spoke of giving thanks to the whole world for everything between heavens and the earth. Jesus said thank you before he performed each and every miracle. From the Australian to the African Maasai and Zulu, from the American Shawnee and Cherokee to the Tahitians, Eskimo and Maroi, the practice of gratitude is at very root of most indigenous traditions. When you arise in the morning, give thanks for the morning light, for your life and strength. Give thanks for your food and the joy of living. If you see no reason for giving thanks, the fault lies within yourself and not the world. Beautifully said. This is by Shawnee Native American leader, whose name is, I don't know if I'll be able to pronounce it correctly, but I'll spell it Tecumseh. So again, I'm going to repeat his words. When you arise in the morning, give thanks for the morning light, for your life and strength. Give thanks for your food and the joy of living. If you see no reason for giving thanks, the fault lies within you. History is laden with famous figures who practiced gratitude and whose achievements put them amongst the great human beings who have ever lived. For example, Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr., the Dalai Lama, Leonardo da Vinci, etc. all all these ascended masters, how I like to address them as, have mentioned and have laid emphasis, huge emphasis on gratitude. Be thankful for what you have, from your body to what you eat, where you live, if you can sleep. Just start feeling grateful for even every breath that you take. Your life will be full of abundance flowing through you, at you, in you. Albert Einstein's scientific discoveries changed the way we see the universe today. And when asked about his monumental achievements, he spoke only of giving thanks to others. On the most brilliant minds of all time, one of the most brilliant minds all the time, thanked other people over 100 times a day for the work they had done. It is any wonder that so many of life mysteries were revealed to Albert Einstein. Is it any wonder that Albert Einstein made some of the greatest scientific discoveries in the history? He practiced gratitude every single day of his life, and in return, he received many, many, many forms of abundance. When Isaac Newton was asked how he achieved the scientific discoveries he made, he said that he stood on the shoulders of giants. Isaac Newton, recently voted the greatest contributor to the science and humankind, was grateful for all the men and women who lived before him. The scientists, philosophers, inventors, discoverers, and prophets who practiced gratitude reaped its results very rapidly and abundantly. And the most were aware of this inherent power. Yet still, gratitude power is unknown to most people today. Because to experience the magic of gratitude is your life, in your life, you have to practice it. Now, there is this story about Rhonda Byrne, who says, this one page begins by saying, my discovery. My story is perfect example of what life is like when a person is ignorant of gratitude, and what happens when you make gratitude a part of your life. If I had been asked 6 years ago if I was grateful person, I would have answered yes. So because I feel, honestly speaking, I personally believe that words like gratitude, spirituality, meditation, um, vulnerability are so amazingly mediafied these days that everybody has started taking it as a status symbol to speak about spirituality, to talk about gratitude, and to just say in huge groups that be grateful, or I'm grateful for all these things. But the question that you really have to ask yourself right now, are you really grateful? Can you please ask yourself before sleeping every day that what were the things that you were grateful of today, all day? How many times that you rejected the abundance which was in front of your eyes, in forms of people, in forms of relationships, in forms of knowledge, in forms of health, even in the forms of the little thing that the universe is trying to, do for you, conspire for you? Are you really grateful, or are you the product of the media which just talks about these 10, 20 beautiful products which are the latest products of the world? Meditation, spirituality, energy science, philosophy, vulnerability, gratitude. Please ask yourself today before sleeping, are you really grateful for what you have? You might still not, you might still not have what you desire, but are you really grateful for what you really have right now? So now Rhonda is also talking about her own story. If I had been asked 6 years ago if I was a grateful person, I would have answered yes. All of us, right? If I ask myself right now that, Umesh, are you a grateful person? Somehow the ego suddenly replies, yes, of course, because dude, I'm doing these book reading sessions. All of you have joined the book. The ego quickly answers, of course, yes, we are grateful. But be honest to yourself and ask yourself again, really, are you really grateful? Yes, for sure, I'm a grateful person. I say thank you when I receive a gift. When someone opens the door for me, I say thank you. Or when a person does something for me, I say thank you. This is Rhonda saying. The truth is that I was not a grateful person at all. I didn't know what being grateful really meant, and just saying the word thank you on the odd occasion certainly didn't make me a grateful person. My life without gratitude was very challenging. I was in debt, and it was increasing a little bit more every month. I worked really hard, but my finances never ever improved. In trying to keep up with the mounting debt and obligations, I was living with a continuous undercurrent of stress. My relationships swung like a pendulum from fair to disastrous because I never seemed to have enough time for each person. Forget about each person, I never seemed to have enough time for my own self. When I was what would be termed as, while I was what would be termed as healthy, I felt exhausted at the end of each day. I always got my fair share of colds and the latest illness going around each season. I had moments of happiness when I went out with friends and when I went on vacation, but then the reality of having to work harder to pay for that dinner, to harder to pay for that party, or to pay harder to pay for that vacation uh, sweeps the pleasure over me. I wasn't living, I was just surviving from day to day, from a paycheck to another paycheck. I would no sooner solve one life's problem than more problems would appear. But then something happened that would change everything in my life from that day forward. I discovered a secret about life. And as a result of my discovery, one of the things I began to do was to genuinely practice gratitude each and every day, every time. As a result of this, everything in my life changed. And the more I practiced gratitude, the more miracles were the result. My life truly became magical. For the first time in my life, I became debt free. And shortly after, I had the money I needed to do whatever I wanted. Problems in my relationships work, Problems in my relationship, work, and health slowly and gradually started disappearing. And instead of facing daily obstacles, my life became filled with one good thing after another. My health and energy increased. My relationships became more meaningful, and I enjoyed more good times with my family. And I also had more good times for my ample of time for my own self. More than anything else, I felt happier than I thought it was possible to ever feel. I was blissfully happy, the happiest I had ever been. Gratitude changed me, and the whole life magically changed. This was this was um, you know Rhonda's own story. Another chapter begins with bring the magic into your life. The chapter begins by saying, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter whatever your current circumstances are, the magic of gratitude will change your entire life. I've received letters from thousands of people in the worst imaginable situations who have changed their lives completely by practicing gratitude. Gratitude can magically turn your relationships into joyful and meaningful relationships. Gratitude can miraculously make you more prosperous so that you have the money you need to do the things that you have always wanted to do. It will increase your health and bring the level of happiness beyond what you have ever felt before. Gratitude will work like magic. As you practice gratitude, you will understand why particular things in your life may have gone wrong and why certain things might be missing from your life. As you make gratitude a way of life, you will wake up each morning excited. You will feel light as a feather and happier than you have ever felt before. Every day will be magical. Every day will be filled with far more magic than you were as a child, than it was filled when you were as a child. Is your life magical? You can tell right now how much you have actually used gratitude in your life by where you are in your life in terms of health, in terms of relationship, in terms of money, and in terms of spirituality. Just take a look at all the major areas of life: money, health, happiness, career, home, relationship, fulfillment. The areas of your life that are abundant and wonderful are where you have used gratitude subconsciously. and are experiencing the magic as a result. Any areas that are not abundant and wonderful are due to the lack of gratitude that you are using consciously or subconsciously. It's a simple fact that you are not grateful, you cannot receive more in return. You have stopped the magic from continuing in your life. When you are not grateful, you stop the flow of the better health, better relationship, more joy, more money. To receive, you have to give. It is the law. Gratitude is giving thanks. And without it, you cut yourself from the magic and from receiving everything you ever want. The bottom line of ungratefulness is that when you were not grateful, we are taking things in our own life for granted. When we take things for granted, we are unintentionally taking from ourselves. The law of attraction says that like attracts like. So if we take something for granted, we will be taken for granted by the universe, by people around us, by all the energies that are there in our life. Remember, whoever does not have gratitude, even what he or she has will be taken away from them. The magic formula. Knowledge is a treasure, but practice is the key to it. We all know. So see, these words about the soul, the fulfillment, gratitude, spirituality, meditation, consciousness, subconsciousness, mass consciousness, in past definitely 5 years, they are beautifully mediafied. The world now knows what it is and everything. We all have the knowledge, we all have the books, the resources, the social media, the channels, the recordings, everything. But are we really using it? That's why this particular topic begins, is knowledge is a treasure, but practice is the key to it. Ibn Khaldun al-Muqaddimah. Ancient myths and legends say that to bring forth magic, a person must first say the magic words. The magic word being thank you. I cannot begin to tell you how important the word thank you are for your life. To live in gratitude, to experience the magic in your life, thank you must become the two words that deliberately say that say and feel more than any other words. The need to become your identity. Thank you is the bridge from where you are now to the life of your dreams. The magic formula. Deliberately think and say the magic words thank you. To begin with, even if you have to say very robotically, start saying that. Eventually, you will start feeling that. Point number 2, the more deliberately think and say the magic words thank you, the more gratitude you will eventually start feeling. Point number 3, the more gratitude you deliberately think and feel, the more abundance you will receive. Gratitude is a feeling. So the ultimate aim is practicing gratitude is to deliberately feel it as much as you can to begin with, because it's the force of your feeling that accelerates the magic in your life. Newton's law is one on one. What you give, you receive. That means that if you increase your feeling of gratitude, the result in your life will expand to be the equal of your feeling. The truer the feeling, the more sincerely grateful you are, the faster your life will change. If you practice gratitude a little, your life will change a little. If you practice gratitude a lot every day, your life will change dramatically and in ways that you can hardly ever imagine. Now we are going to do one more chapter. I think it's going to happen in 10 minutes. And from 10 days, we are going to begin. From tomorrow, we are going to begin our journey of the 28 days to practice gratitude. So these are last 3 pages. And from tomorrow starts the day 1 of the first activity that we all have to do to bring about more and more abundance in our lives. Tomorrow's session is going to be at 3:45 p.m. I'm going to update on the groups because it's Sunday tomorrow. And from day after tomorrow at the same time, the recording I will put on YouTube. A magical book. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter the words, but to live by them, which means that you just not necessarily have to keep on saying thank you and everything to begin with. Yes, because eventually you will start being in that energy. Eventually you will tap into the vortex of thankfulness, gratefulness. But even if you just feel grateful of the little and more than little things that you have in your life, it will definitely be expanded. In this book, there are 28 magical practices that have been specifically designed so that you learn how to use gratitude's magical power to revolutionize your health, money, job, and relationship, and to make your smallest desire and your biggest dreams come true. You will also learn how to practice gratitude to dissolve problems and transform any negative situation. I'm on day 10 already, and I'm telling you this is not to be missed. I'm really telling you, and it's going to take you 15 to 20 minutes every day. So please give yourself this gift. And I'm on day 10 already. Tomorrow we are going to start the day one for the entire group. So um, I really want to do this with all of you, because I genuinely feel that if 300 of us do it together, because we are 300 of us in all the two groups of Magic by Rhonda Byrne, I'm telling you the results will magnify, and we will experience abundance in the areas of our life that are our priority many fold. You will also learn how to practice gratitude to dissolve problems and transform any negative situation. You will be captivated while you read this life-changing knowledge, but without practicing what you learn, the knowledge will slip through your fingers. To ensure that this doesn't happen, you need to practice gratitude for 28 days so that it becomes like a permanent program in your subconscious mind. The practices are designed to be completed over 28 consecutive days. This allows you to make gratitude a habit and a new way of life. Practicing gratitude in a concentrated effort over consecutive days guarantees that you will see magic take place in your life fast. Within each magical practice is a wealth of secret teachings that will expand your knowledge in tremendous ways. The first 12 practices use the magical power of gratitude for what you have now and for what you have received in the past. Because unless you are grateful for what you have and what you have received, the magic won't work and you won't receive more. The first 12 practices will set the magic of gratitude into motion immediately. The next 10 practices use the magical power of gratitude for your desires, dreams, and everything you want. So, the first 12 days, we are going to address the gratitude of the things that we have received and what we have. The next 10 days, which comes to 22 days, we will practice gratitude for your desires, dream, and everything you want. Through these 10 practices, you will be able to make your dreams come true very fast, and you will see that the circumstances of your life will magically change. The last 6 practices take you to a whole new level. Yes. The last 6 practices take you to a whole new level where you will be uh, saturating gratitude into every cell of your mind and body. You will learn how to use gratitude's magical power to help other people resolve their problems and improve any negative situation or circumstance you may encounter throughout your life. You don't need to clear your calendar, because each of these practices have been specifically created to fit into your everyday life schedule. Whether it's a work day, weekend, holiday, or vacation, gratitude is portable. You take it with you wherever you go, and then wherever you go, magic happens. If you miss a day, you will most likely lose the momentum that you have done up until now. To ensure that you don't reduce the magic, if you miss a day, count back 3 days and repeat the practices again. So suppose if you miss the 10th day, go back to the 7th day and start from 7th day again. Don't again start from day one. If you are missing 10th day, start from 7th, 8th, 9th, and then 10th. All right. Some practices are designed for the morning and others are designed to do throughout the day. So read each and every day's practice first thing in the morning. Some practices will need to be read the night before, because they begin as you awake, and I will tell you when to do this. You might want to read the next day practice every night before you go to sleep in order to be prepared. If you do so, make sure you reread the practice again in the morning. If you do not want to follow the 28-day magical practices consequently, you can also use them in other ways. You could choose one magical practice that addresses an important subject in your life and you want to change and improve, and you could do that practice for a week at a stretch. Or you could do one magical practice a week or two magic practices in a week. The only difference is that it will take longer for you to see changes in your life. What can you expect after 28 days? So what are you going to expect after 28 days? After you have completed 28 days of magical practices, you can use particular practices to increase the magic where or when you have a specific need, such as for health or money or a relationship, or how to manifest your dreams and desires. Or to continue the practice of gratitude, you can open the book at random, and whichever practice you open is the one that your subconscious mind has attracted or what you need the most. At the end of 28 days magical practices, there are also recommendations of practices you can use in combination, which will accelerate the magic in specific areas of your life. Can you overdo gratitude? Never. Can your life ever become too magical? Hardly. Use the practices over and over so that gratitude seeps into your consciousness and subconsciousness. After 28 days, you will have rewired your brain and implanted gratitude in your subconscious mind. The magic you experience will be your inspiration, because as you incorporate gratitude into your days, they will be nothing short of spectacular. What are your dreams? Last 2 pages of today's session. Many of magical practices are designed to help you materialize your dreams. Therefore, you need to get a clear vision of what you are looking for. Sit down today with a computer or a pen or paper and make a list of what you really want in every area of your life. Think through every detail of what you want to do and how you want to have things unfold in your life. In your relationship, in your career, finances, health, and every area that is important to you. You can be as specific and detailed as you like, but remember, your job is simply to list what you want and not how you are going to get it. The how will be done for you when gratitude works as magic. If you want a better job or a dream job, then think about everything you want in that job. Think about the things that are important to you, such as the type of work you want to do and how you want to feel in your job. The work hours, the location, the designation, the money, everything. Think about that. Get very clear about what you want in your job by thinking it through thoroughly and writing all details down. So what we are going to do today, and or maybe before 3:45 p.m. India time tomorrow, is that we are going to write each and everything that we are looking for in terms of our health, in our relationship, in our finances, and in our spirituality or fulfillment. If you want money to educate your children, work out the details of their education, including which school you want them to attend, the cost of the school, fees, books, food, clothing, transportation, so that you know exactly how much money you're looking for. If you want to travel, then you write down the details of the countries you want to visit, how long you want to travel, for what you want to see, and do, where do you want to stay, and the means by which you want to travel. If you want a perfect partner, then write down every detail and characteristic you want that person to have. If you want an improved relationship, write down the relationships that you want to improve and what you want, how you want them to be improved, and what you want them to be like. If you want more health or an improved bodily condition, be specific about what ways you want to improve your health and body. If you want a dream home, then list every detail of what you want the home to be, room by room. If there are specific material things you want, like a car, clothes, or appliances, write them down with color and specification and model numbers. If you want to achieve something such as passing an exam, getting a degree, etc., if you want to have a career in sports, music, actor, Write whatever it is for you, whatever it means for you. Write it down and be as specific as possible. Well, I would strongly urge for you to find the time to maintain a list of your dreams throughout your life. Write down the little things, the big things, or what you want this moment, this month, or this year. As you think of more things, add them to the list. And as you receive things, cross them off the list. And easy way to do a list of what you want is to divide it into categories of health, body. Category number one, so I want you to pay attention to this. Category number one, also I'm going to put the recording in another half an hour so you can check on YouTube also. But category number one, health and body. Number two, career and work. Number three, money. Number four, relationships. Number five, personal desires. Six, material things. And then just add the things you want in each category. When you get clear about the things that you want, you are giving a definite direction for the universe to work towards it. Gratitude will be the magical power to change your life, and you are ready to begin the most exciting and the most thrilling adventure you've ever been on. Tomorrow we will start with day one, and that's the end of today's session. What I want you all to do is that I'm telling you from my personal experience, the more people you will try to involve in these 28 days, the more energy will be drawn because we are all instruments. So this is day one. I'm going to put the link on the groups. If you still think that you want to bring about more people, your friends or your families, your kids and everyone into this session, please inform them about this session because day one starts tomorrow, 3:45 p.m. Share the YouTube link with them, and the more and more people that get involved, the more gratitude as a group we will be able to draw, and the more magnified miracles we will attract. I'm really telling you. So we still have up until 3:45 p.m. Maybe you can share the YouTube link with people tonight or tomorrow morning, and even they can write or just explain them briefly what they have to do up until tomorrow. And let's start this journey tomorrow. Tomorrow is 22nd of, tomorrow is 2nd of August. And let's draw most gratitude as huge groups. So if you think you can introduce more and more people to this amazing 28 day session, which is going to take you literally not more than 12 minutes every day, the next 28 days. So find out time. Please, let's do this. Do this for yourself. Do this for me, because even I want all of your support. I really want all of your support because I want to draw maximum gratitude energy from the universe and use it for myself, for yourself, for the entire group. So that's the end of the. And also, guys, please really buy the book. This is something that you really should have in your library. And either you can buy the e-version of the book. If you still haven't ordered, it's available on Amazon. Buy the book, keep it, because it's really going to be the energies of this book are fantastic. Because when I started reading, I think all my, I think my aura was expanding. Anyway, thank you so much. Let's close the session. Thank you all for joining the book reading. Tomorrow is day one. Let's write down what we are looking for. And let's close the session to Supreme God. Divine Father, Divine Mother, my beloved Guru, Grand Master Chakoksui, Lord Mahaguru Ji, mailing all the great ones, holy Gurus, holy Master Saints, Archangels, holy angels, and all the spiritual helpers. Thank you for your priceless blessings. Thank you, Rhonda Byrne, for your teachings. Thank you, universe. Thank you, all the Devis and Devas. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Let the magic begin. Thank you all.